We open in a text that states in 2023 unemployment rate has decreased and crimes committed every day is nearly non-existent and fewer people still live below the poverty line. All this is due to the Purge, a law that legalizes all crimes including murder for 24 hours every year. March 21, 2033, just less than 2 hours and 26 minutes left before the annual Purge commences. The employees of a diner are nervously waiting to be dismissed by their boss. They discuss what they plan to do on the evening of the Purge. One of the waitresses, Eva, goes to her home. As she gets into her apartment, she is met by a guy named Diego, who offers her protection, but she turns him down. She goes to her father, Rico, and daughter, Kali. Kali is watching a video online of a man named Carmelo Jones, who seeks to rally followers against the government and their heinous acts against the poverty-stricken population. Rico doesn't like the video and hates the Purge night and wants to hear nothing about it for the night. He tells them he is going to sleep in his room and told them to not bother him. He tells them to make sure they lock their house down, and he tells them he loves them both. He goes to his room, and Kali asks Eva if her boss gave her a raise. She tells her daughter that it's not in the cards at the moment. Elsewhere, a man named Leo is arming up before the commencement. He hears a knock on the door. It's a woman named Janice. She sees newspaper clippings on his wall of a man that was let go from trial, knowing why he plans to go out that night. Although she urges him not to go through with his plan and that it is dangerous, Leo sends her away. A couple named Shane and Liz are out driving. They listen to radio debating on the Purge, and they see people locking their house. Shane sees their old picture, but when Liz asks him what he was seeing, he turns off the device, and there is obvious tension between them. On a billboard, the new Founding Fathers, or NFFAS President Donald Talbot, explains the reason behind the Purge, which is to address the nation's increasing crime rate. After Liz and Shane take a trip to the grocery store, Liz tells Shane they have to tell his sister about something. When they are about to get into their car, they are briefly spooked by a man with face paint and a cross drawn on his forehead. He retreats and joins his other masked and face-painted gang of purgers. A man in a mask with God written on his forehead waves at the couple, and they quickly drive away. As they hit the road again, we learn that they are separating, and this is what Shane is hesitant to tell his sister. Suddenly, their car breaks down in the middle of the street, not long before the start of the Purge. The couple tries to ask for a ride, but everybody was rushing to get home before the commencement. They look under their car and see that the wires were cut. The masked gang ride up close to them, with the god-masked man stepping out with a blade and waves at them again. The couple knows they cut the wires and make a run for it. A few minutes before commencement, the emergency broadcast system airs on every screen in the nation, which states that police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until the next morning at 7 a.m. Leo goes out in his armored car with his gun in tow. As the clock nears 6, Eva and Kali locks down their house and starts to prepare dinner. Liz and Shane finally reach the deserted city. They try to hide from the masked gang or any other purgers. The sirens go off, signaling the start of the Purge. Groups and individuals who participate starts to go out on the street with different kinds of weapons. A truck drives through the streets. They pass a couple armed with a shotgun and machetes, looking to release the beast. From inside the truck, a man known as Big Daddy takes out a machine gun and kills the couple. As Leo drives, he passes a man getting beaten to death. As he drives forward, he sees what looks like purgers attacking someone's car. He avoids them and proceeds to go through downtown. Meanwhile, Shane and Liz navigate the alley for a place to hide. They try to hide in a dumpster, but Liz sees a dead body, so they run somewhere else. Shane sees the masked gang on the streets, so he drags Liz away. Kali goes to find Rico to have dinner. She finds a note that she shows Eva, where Rico discloses that he is already dying and is going to the home of a very wealthy family for them to purge on him. In return, they supply money to Eva's account to provide support. Kali wants to do something, but Eva tells her that it is too late and that he has already gone. As they mourn their inevitable loss, they hear commotion outside. They look out the window to see a group of NFFA paramilitary soldiers coming toward their building. The ladies then hear a loud banging in the other room. Their lecherous neighbor Diego gets in the house armed, planning to rape and kill the women for ignoring his advances. Kali tells him off, but Diego threatens her, so Eva offers herself in exchange for her daughter's safety. Enraged, Diego points his gun at Eva. However, noises distract him, whom he thinks comes from Rico. Diego goes after the noise when bullets suddenly rain on him. Seeing the man dead, the two quickly hide in the closet. Eva sees the armed men enter from a mirror and slowly shut the closet. Then, they abruptly open the closet doors and discovered Eva and Kali. One of the soldiers reports to Big Daddy, saying that they found 2 people for him to purge. Leo drives by the ladies' building. He sees the armed men trying to force them into their truck. Leo mutters to himself just to drive by and ignore this, but seeing the ladies fight back, he chooses to get out of the car. He looks around for other purgers while approaching the men who hasn't seen him. Nearby, Liz and Shane hide beside Leo's car when they see the tailgate open in front of the platoon. Shane learns that the car is unlocked, so they hide inside. From behind, Leo kills the armed men. Big Daddy emerges from inside the truck, and Leo shoots him in the face. He turns to walk back to his car but becomes hesitant to leave the ladies on the street. He offers them to join him. They follow and are startled to see Shane and Liz in the back of the car. Leo draws his gun on them, but they assure him they're unarmed and are not looking to purge. They then see Big Daddy standing to his feet, and the masked gang starts to approach them from the other side. Reluctantly, Leo takes everybody with him as Big Daddy fires up his machine gun at them just as they turn the road. Then, he aims at the gang, who also flees the area. Losing the Purgers, Eva ensures Collie's safety, who asks Leo in turn. Instead of answering, Leo demands to know the reason behind their pursuers. Nevertheless, Leo doesn't tell them his motives on Purge night. By the road, they see a girl covered in blood, reminding them they're still unsafe. Leo's car breaks down, leaving everybody stranded in the outskirts of town. Liz suggests they remain inside until Purge ends, but Leo disagrees. Leo regrets helping the group and announces that he's leaving them, so everyone protests. He hands them each a gun from his trunk and starts to walk away. Then Eva offers to get Leo a new car from her friend and co-worker Tanya if he promises to get them to her place safely. He then walks back and hands her a phone to call Tanya and inform her of their plan. Afterward, the group moves on foot, unaware of security cameras on the building. They reach an open road and stop when bullets fire from above. Someone who calls herself God's right hand stands on a roof and fires at whoever she sees. When the Purger turns around, they successfully cross the street. Then they see the masked gang taking someone hostage from a distance, and Leo reminds them of their plan. Shane gets his foot caught in a trap. Purgers from every corner try to shoot at the group, but Leo fire back and kill most of the attackers. Shane shoots the cable and breaks himself free. As a running group of Purgers chase after the five, so they run down the street. Meanwhile, the government's broadcasting station announces 6 hours left to purge when the resistance hijacks their signal. Carmelo says that the NFFA threatens their nation's democracy and tells everyone to wake up. Arriving at the business district, Shane expresses his concerns about Leo, who is out to purge. Collie attempts to talk to Leo, so Leo establishes a no-talking rule. As they pass a bank, a dead broker is being hanged with a sign saying he stole people's pensions. Then they see one of Big Daddy's abandoned truck littered with the armed men dead bodies. A wounded man lunges at Liz and asks for help, but he passes away immediately. Leo approaches the vehicle and sees the bullet shells from the machine gun, which are armor-piercing bullets, and this is why his car broke down. He beckons the group over and climbs the truck. They discover monitors which access the city's traffic cameras, implying that the government hired armed men. On a screen, Eva sees their apartment encircled along with others, confirming that they're targeted. On a wall, Collie notices the NFFA logo crossed out, realizing that Carmelo's group must have done this. Then, another large truck approaches their way, so they steal some weapons and leave. Across the subway, Liz screams when a rat climbs her leg, alerting other Purgers. One of the Purgers finds the group, but Leo quietly strangles him to death. In a subway tunnel, Collie tries to talk to Leo and convince him that whatever he had for being out at Purge night is wrong, but he just ignores her. Then another group of Purgers rides, wielding a flamethrower and more guns. The group starts to run while the Purgers kill other bystanders that were hiding. Shane and Liz starts to shoot back at the Purgers while Leo, Eva, and Collie run. Shane gets shot in the shoulder, but he and Liz manage to shoot the driver and then hit the flamethrower's tank, blowing all the Purgers up. Meanwhile, Eva, Collie, and Leo reach the other station and wait for the couple. When they arrive, they continue to run toward Tanya's apartment unaware. A security camera recognizes the group while another truck veers the road to locate them. Finally, Eva sees the building, so they run back door where Tanya welcomes them. Inside, Leo cleans Shane's wound and the family invites them to dinner, where Tanya and her sister, Lorraine, mock each other. Then, Lorraine's husband and father, Roddy and Barney, return to the flat after scouting their area. Barney assures them they're non-Purgers, but Tanya, who's been drinking, disagrees. Leo asks for a clean shirt, so he enters a room and eyes Tanya as she takes some pills and composes herself in the washroom. At the living room, Shane and Liz rekindle their relationship when Liz realizes she doesn't want to lose him. Then Tanya re-enters the room and invites Roddy to dance. Leo pulls Eva to the corner and says he must leave. However, Eva admits that she lied about the car. Betrayed, Leo reveals that he's doing it for his son and grabs his stuff. Collie tries to stop him from leaving and blocks his way. Suddenly, Lorraine fires a gun at her sister, startling everyone. Her mother tries to intervene, but Lorraine punches her and reveals that her sister is cheating with her husband. Roddy begs his wife to stop, but she shoots at him. The man grabs Liz at gunpoint, thinking Lorraine wouldn't harm an innocent person. Then, Leo shoots Roddy's leg, which disables him, but his wife shoots at him since she must be the one to kill her husband. Leo and Lorraine exchange bullets while Leo bides time for the group to escape. nowhere to go, the group suddenly hears the militia outside, unaware they located them through the traffic cams. Leo goes to check on their pursuers, where he hears Big Daddy command the troop to kill Leo and capture Eva and Kali. Then, Leo returns and leads the group back door to climb over the fence. He tells Eva to run for their lives while he hides just as the armed men storms their way. When they're gone, Leo climbs the fence. Immediately, the masked gang attacks him after capturing his group. Inside the van, the god written unmasks and reveals that they're kidnapping people for money. Suddenly, the vehicle stops, so the men push them outside. The gang receives their shares while guards lead Leo's group inside the building. On a stage, the guards make the group kneel along with some civilians. Then, the curtains in front of them rise and reveal an audience of upper-class people where applause erupts from the crowd. The lady host showcases them and invites the crowd to participate in their last purge of the evening with a starting prize. Soon, the Lockhart couple, Hanover sisters, and Mr. Hurst and his sons wish to partake in the hunt. The host muses over the weapons the purgers may use and bids them good luck. Then, the guards lead the group in a makeshift park while onlookers watch behind a protective glass. Leo leads his group and hides behind a solid wall. The purgers enter the arena with night vision goggles and their chosen weapons. They chant, thanking the founding fathers for allowing them to purge. Leo devises a strategy to get himself and the others out of there. He sneaks by the purgers and takes down one man, killing him and taking his night vision goggles and weapon. He kills 3 more and takes their weapons, to the horror of the rich audience watching. Leo shoots at them to frighten them, but the window protects them. He brings the weapons to the group, where they kill one more purger before the other 2 escape. The elderly rich women organizing the event calls in for backup. The group, knowing they may not make it out, sits in fear. Shane apologizes to Liz for everything, and she tells him she loves him, just seconds before the backup purgers shoot Shane to death. Liz cradles his body in her arms and cries. Then, an explosion is heard. Since explosives are prohibited on Purge night, the purgers sense trouble. The backup purgers are then shot to death by Carmelo and his army. They offer to help out the group. They give Leo, Eva, and Kali a chance to escape, but Liz chooses to stay behind and purge to avenge Shane. Carmelo and his men vow to guard Liz, and the rest of the group escape, and Carmelo and his men starts to kill every purger. Leo finds the woman that organized the event and carjacks her at gunpoint, where she begs Leo not to shoot her. He threatens her to remember his face and lets her go. The morning comes, and the purge is nearly over. Leo drives to the home of a man named Warren Grass, who happened to kill Leo's son during the previous purge in a drunk driving incident. He was let go on technicality despite his blood alcohol level being very high. Kali pleads with Leo not to go through with this, but he ignores her and breaks into the man's home. Just 5 minutes left before the purge is over. He goes into Warren's room and wakes him and his wife up. He holds Warren at knife point and reminds him of what he did to his son. Warren apologizes and acknowledges his wrongdoing, and then scream is heard. Leo walks out of the house and is then shot twice. The shooter is Big Daddy, who looms over Leo, stating that he shouldn't have saved Eva and Kali, as they were his to kill. He adds that the purge is no time or place to be a hero. Before he kills Leo, Big Daddy is shot in the head by Warren, whom Leo chose not to kill after all. Big Daddy's armed men come running up to the house, while Eva and Kali run out with their guns. And then the sirens go off, signaling the end of the purge. The armed men retreats. Then Eva urges Warren to get his car so that they can take Leo to the hospital. On the ride to the hospital, Kali thanks Leo for saving them, also happy that he didn't kill Warren. They make it to the hospital, with Eva and Kali carrying Leo inside, while the helicopters fly over the city devastated by the event of the evening. The movie closes in a text that states it is now March 22nd and 364 days are left until the next annual purge.